If Yahushua's coming in the volume of the book, what's that? The scriptures. The volume. Okay, not some. Most. Okay. He comes in the volume of the book. So you gotta what? I was gonna about to say you gotta accept it, but it's not up to you if you accept it. It's Yahushua that puts it in your mind to accept this truth. You understand what I'm saying? It's him that puts that in your mind. You don't accept it because he ain't put it in your mind to accept it. Easy things. How are you going to deny the 12 tribes chart? And the scriptures tell you about, what is it? The southern tribes, okay, and the northern tribes. The southern tribes are what? Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. Okay, Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. And a lot of people mistake Judah with Benjamin. A lot of people mistake Benjamin with Judah sometimes. Okay, and Levi. But you do know you got Judah in Dominican Republic. You do know you got Benjamin in Dominican Republic. You do know you got Benjamin in Nigeria. Okay, and vice versa. You do know you got Levi in the Dominican. They're scattered, and they're not all going to be looking dark because it's not about that. You got to get out of this skin color. It's never been about that. Okay. All right. Morning. It's about the nationality of your father. Okay. It's not about skin color. Okay. But if you're thinking like that, because why? Because you're small in the mind. Okay. You haven't grown in this truth. That's why you have to watch the apostles, watch their videos. They've got thousands upon video where you can learn, easily learn. Okay. And it's all according to the Spirit. Again, blessed are your eyes for they see. Really, that's coming into your mind. They can perceive these things that are being said. You're not scratching your head. Oh, well, how could this be? Could this guy really be an Israelite? How could this be? You know what I'm saying? No. You understand? See, these are gifts. These are gifts. Discernment, all these different things, these are gifts. Okay? So if you've been given a gift to know that Israelite foreigners, because these are part of the mysteries. And there's other mysteries as well. But these are some of the mysteries. Okay? That you were going to have those that look like Edomites. They were actually Israelites. That had flavor. That can dance like you. That have the same swag like you. Okay? Because you can't fake that. You can't really fake your swag and who you are. And Israelites have a particular spirit. Doesn't it say ye are the salt of the earth? So what did it do? Give flavor. Okay, so Israelites, they have what? That flavor, okay, about them. Okay, which separates them from others. Okay. Constant scriptures. And another thing, you know, when you read Isaiah, I believe it's Isaiah 2. I think it's Isaiah 2. Is it Isaiah 2 or 14? Isaiah 2. When it talks about, bear me just a minute, and the strangers shall, bear me just a minute. And the strangers shall serve them. Bear me just a minute. And the strangers shall, everyone shall go to this mountain. Okay. And they shall say, come to the Lord, the mountain of the Lord. And the strangers shall be joined unto them. Who were the strangers that were going to be, so like a cleave. Who were them strangers that were going to cleave? Because when you actually, this is why you have to look up words. When you go into that word stranger, it's Gah. Okay, going back to Gershom, who was what? I believe it was what? Was that Moses' father-in-law? I think it was. Or stepfather, something like that. Okay. So when you go into the word Gah, it says alien or foreigner from the commonwealth of Israel. Okay, so you had Israelites that were taught in a different way. And they were considered aliens to those that were in Jerusalem. Okay, but were they Israelites? Yes, they were Israelites. Okay, but in a Gentile state of mind. Okay, and that's it. They were in a Gentile state of mind. But guess what? They were Israelites. That's what you got to understand. Okay? And the strangers shall cleave unto them. That's not talking about the other nations. For you to cleave on something, you would already had to be joined unto it. So the strangers that were going to cleave would have to be what? Israelites. Then after that verse, it talks about, and those that had us in, so like a paraphrase, and those that had us in captivity, thou shalt be our servants and handmaids. So the servants and handmaids were the other nations. Okay? It's not our own people. We're not going to be having our own people in slavery. See, a lot of guys, they don't read the scriptures with any understanding. A lot of you have no business being out there and teaching, because you're perverting the gospel. You're twisting the gospel to fit your own. We already know. And see, another thing, why would you need to start off a video and say, to the brothers across the globe, the Nigerians, the Yorubas, you don't need to say that, because when you say so-called Negroes, Hispanics and Indianos, that's already made it clear. You've already made it clear. You understand what I'm saying? You've already made it clear, so you don't need to do all that extra stuff. Okay? So we're going to head back now. Okay? You don't need to do all that other extra stuff, because you made it clear. When you say so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Indianos, okay, you've already made it clear what it is. Okay? So when you speak about Negroes, yeah, so-called tribe of Judah, they're also mixed. Okay? In with what? Different tribes. What's so hard to understand about that? What's so hard to understand? You know what I mean? Scriptures talk about the scattering. Diaspora, transatlantic slave trade. Read Deuteronomy 28. And that's, see, again, this topic is vast. And Deuteronomy 28 ain't just referring to the Negroes, okay? Because you had all of our nation that was scattered, okay? It wasn't likened just to one nation, okay? It wasn't likened just to one nation. Yeah? Bear me just a minute.